You think you're freer than ever. Infinite options, infinite feeds, infinite choice. So why does it so often feel like you're living inside a pre-approved life? Here's the strange thing about modern freedom. It can feel like a burden. Erich Fromm saw this in the 20th century, long before smartphones. He argued that when the old structures fall away, tradition, fixed roles, inherited certainty, we gain freedom from, but we don't automatically gain freedom too. And that gap between being unbound and actually knowing how to live creates anxiety. Not always loud panic, often something quieter, drift, doubt, the need to be told what to want. Fromm's key move is psychological. When freedom becomes frightening, we don't always choose more freedom. We often choose escape, not necessarily through tyrants and flags, but through softer mechanisms that make us feel safe again. One of his most unsettling names for this is automaton conformity. The moment you stop being yourself and start becoming the kind of person your world is already set up to reward. You fit, you match, you stop rubbing against things, and in return, you get relief. Fewer shocks, less uncertainty, fewer lonely decisions. Now, translate that into the digital environment. Because the algorithm is basically a comfort engine. At a simple level, it works like this. It watches what you do, what you click, how long you hover, what you replay, what you skip. It builds a prediction of you out of patterns. Then it serves you the next thing most likely to keep you there. Not because it hates truth or loves propaganda, but because it's trained on one primary signal: continued attention. So, the feed doesn't just reflect your interests. It refines them. It narrows them into a stable profile. And once the profile stabilizes, surprise becomes inefficient. Serendipity becomes noise. Ambiguity becomes friction. This is the paradox of personalization. It feels like choice because the screen is full of options. But the range of options is quietly curated around what you already are. And that's where Fromm bites. Because automaton conformity doesn't feel like oppression, it feels like ease. You don't experience yourself as conforming. You experience yourself as finding what fits. But the fit can become a cage, a self that's increasingly composed of recommendations, a personality smoothed into something predictable, a life spent reacting rather than initiating. Ask yourself this: when was the last time you chose something online that the system could not have predicted from your past behavior? How do you recognize the digital chains before they clang? Here are a few signs. 1. Repetition. Different packaging, same emotional flavor. 2. Predictable desire. You know what you're going to consume before you even open the app. 3. A strange kind of stagnation. Constant stimulation, but no real movement. Like you're busy, but not becoming. Fromm has a brutal line of thought here. When a person can't live spontaneously, they take substitutes, thrills, distractions, vicarious emotions, anything that mimics aliveness without requiring genuine self-direction. And that, in a digital economy, is not a bug, it's a business model. At the social level, the cost is obvious: polarization, suspicion, the slow death of empathy. If you never meet the other as other, you stop having the muscles for it. But the personal cost might be worse: the quiet loss of self-authorship. So, what would digital freedom look like in Fromm's terms? Not just freedom from constraints, but freedom to act positively, creatively, spontaneously. Fromm's answer isn't mere rebellion. It's the recovery of the active self, choosing, making, risking the discomfort of not being guided. Here's a 24-hour practice, simple but revealing. For one day, treat your feed as suspect, not evil, suspect. Do 3 things. First, Interrupt the loop. Before you scroll, write down what you actually came for. One sentence. Then leave when you get it. Second, force one encounter with the unfamiliar. Search, don't browse for something outside your normal lane. A thinker you dislike, a topic you've avoided, a serious long read, not rage clicking, actual contact. Third, make one choice the algorithm can't easily make for you. Create something, a paragraph, a sketch, a walk without headphones, a message to a friend you've neglected. Not consumption, expression. If you feel resistance, that's the point. That discomfort is the border where freedom from becomes freedom to. The question isn't whether the algorithm is controlling you like a puppet. It's subtler than that. The question is whether you're slowly becoming the kind of person who doesn't need controlling because you've learned to self-curate into compliance. So, where do you notice the algorithm most shaping you, your beliefs, your desires, or your mood?